Anger and grief in Israel after Hamas executed 6 hostages, including 23-year-old American-Israeli Hersh Goldberg-Polin. It happened as Israeli forces were closing in for a possible rescue. An autopsy found the hostages were shot at close range several times. Chuck Holton brings us the story now from Jerusalem.
A few hours ago, we informed the families that the bodies of their loved ones had been located by IDF troops in an underground tunnel in Rafah. According to our initial assessment, they were brutally murdered by Hamas terrorists shortly before we reached them.
The nation is mourning as 6 hostages, including American citizen Hersh Goldberg-Polin, were found murdered in Gaza. Just a few days before this tragic discovery, Hersh's mother, Rachel, stood at the Gaza border shouting a blessing to her son.
May God bless you and keep you. May God shine his face upon you and be gracious to you. And may God give you peace.
The brutal killing sparked outrage. And today, protesters are planning a nationwide strike as some Israelis blame Prime Minister Netanyahu for not being willing to approve a ceasefire deal. But Netanyahu says a deal must have acceptable terms, and Israel must be able to stop Hamas from attacking Israel again.
The fact that Hamas is continuing to perpetrate atrocities like those it carried out on October 7th requires us to do everything so that it will be unable to perpetrate these atrocities again.
Amidst the grief, Israeli children returned to school on Sunday.
Mixed emotions. On one hand, we are happy to be back at some routine. On the other hand, we can still hear the booms in the background. We hope, at least for the kids, for some normal routine.
On Sunday, a drive-by shooting near Hebron left 3 Israeli police officers dead. IDF forces tracked down the shooter, who was killed in a subsequent gun battle. The terrorist was a member of the Palestinian Presidential Guard, a force that receives significant U.S. funding and training. Sunday's incident raises questions about the effectiveness of U.S.-funded security programs in the region. Israeli officials also say Hamas cannot be trusted.
I believe the whole attitude towards Hamas must change by the world community and by the interlocutors, by Arab nations, by intermediaries. They all have to understand that Hamas is not a partner to anything.
As Israel navigates these multiple crises, attention remains focused on the hostages still in captivity. Israel reports that 101 hostages remain in Gaza, with only 66 believed to be alive. The ongoing challenge is securing their release and safe return. Reporting from Israel, I'm Chuck Holton for CBN News.